Hi, this is Julien Stoutt, personal trainer with 5,000 hours plus of personal training time, physical education teacher who has more than 5 years in the industry, and world record powerlifter of 6 world records. All right. And I'm here to help you be the best you. And today is my spring day of spring break. My spring break begins today. And I'm excited because what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take my time to hit the reset button on everything that is me. My training, my education, my mindset, all of it. I'm hitting the reset button. So because I'm hitting the reset button, I've been not in everything that I do, because you've seen my videos where I'm working out. I'm working out after being out 6 weeks. I'm out 6 weeks from surgery, from hip surgery, arthroscopic surgery. I'm 6 weeks out. I am being allowed to do a little bit more with my training as far as lower body is concerned. My upper body is not as restricted. However, there were some restrictions, but now those restrictions are starting to be lifted. And in the process of those restrictions, I've been restricting myself in the process of the restrictions that were placed upon me. And instead of me seeking freedom, I designed my own prison. Getting up late, not late where I'm, unprofessional, but what I'm saying is late for my standards. I've been getting up late, dragging around, probably because I'm, on medication that's helping me overcome this. That's no excuse, but it is what it is. It's time to hit the reset button. So why am I bringing this up? The question is, when is it time for you to hit the reset button? When is it time for you to realize that you need a course correction? When is it time for you to stop and take notice that maybe you're not where you're supposed to be at all? And don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you that you're a failure. That is not what it is. Because maybe now is the time you're going to make it. Maybe now's the time you're going to get this weight off. Maybe now's the time you're going to get that education completed. Maybe now is the time that you're going to go out and strive for something greater than yourself. Maybe now's the time. It may not be that it was your time before and you should have gotten there. Trust me, I have plenty of things in my life where I could attribute to that. I can show you that I could have been in a different place had I made different choices, right? But those choices was not for me at the time, because I'm pretty sure, knowing myself now, I would have destroyed it. I would have ruined it. At one point in time, I could have been an actor. And in that time frame, had I gotten famous, working as hard as I thought I should be working, or if I got in the industry and made my name mud because I'm not putting in the time and the effort and taking my craft seriously, and I'm not getting callbacks, and then all of a sudden my feelings are hurt, and now I'm out there wasting away because I decided to think less of myself, where would I have been? Right? Maybe that wasn't my time then. Look at my education as a teacher, right? I started teaching at the age of 40. Who does that? Not a lot of people, but who does that? Whereas I have friends who are educators who have been in education since 1998. They're principals now. They're assistant principals now. They're deans of their departments now. I have friends that have doctorate's degrees now. I have a bachelor's on my way to my master's. That it could easily turn into a pity party to where I hate my life. But the truth is, every bit of events that have happened in my life has gotten me to this point, and I need to continue to use the soap in my mouth. You know how when when you say dirty words, your parents used to wash your mouth out with soap? For those of y'all who are in the old school, right? And when I say old school, I include myself, right? Soap. Put soap in your mouth when you turn around and say something bad, right? But in this case, as before, SOAP stands for speech, observe, appreciate, perform, right? So if you're going to speak negatively of yourself, observe what comes to you when you do. Appreciate the fact that it wasn't worse that got to you, and then perform the task necessary to get out of that negative talk and saying dirty things, horrible things, negative things, right? We're not talking about dirty jokes. We're talking about dirty things that come out of your mouth that washes over you as a human being and denigrates your growth as a human being. Now, it's time for you to hit the reset button when you realize that things are not moving to the level of expectations that you have set for yourself and that you have met in the past. So for instance, if you know that when you go to work, you're always 20 minutes early, and then all of a sudden you start realizing you're 5 minutes early now. You start realizing you're getting there right on time. In the military, they say you're late if you're on time, right? So with that being said, if you start noticing that you're not meeting the standards you have set for yourself, it's time to hit the reset button. If you know you're not eating the foods that you know you have eaten in the past to be successful in your fitness endeavors, you know it's time to hit the reset button. If you see that you're not putting forth the effort in the gym that you have put forward in the past, outside of obviously setbacks like injuries and surgeries and things like that, but we're talking about there's nothing wrong with you beyond what is wrong with you. And all of a sudden, you realize that you're stagnant, you're stuck, you're not moving anywhere, you're not progressing at all. It's time to hit the reset button. Lastly, if you see that your ability to meet the demands that you have placed on yourself in your everyday life, people count on you and now they can't. People trust you and now they can't. If that's where you're at, it's time to hit the reset button. It's time. So what do you need to do in order to, what does hitting the reset button mean? You get back to the basics of what made you you in the first place. You go back to the beginning and then you work your way back. Take it slow, push hard, grind it out until you're back to your standard. And then once you have met your standard, now it's time to exceed it and set a new standard. So that way you're not having to hit the reset button. Because why? You've already hit it. You've hit the reset button because you have elevated as opposed to restarting. The reason why I bring these things up is because I want to let you know that with all that I've accomplished, I have failed. You can't be afraid to fail. You cannot. If you're afraid to fail, you're going to fail and fail miserably. You're not going to fail up. You're going to fail down. And one of the things that I used to tell people was stop hitting the same spot on the brick wall. If you're going to hit the brick wall, your job is to try to get over the brick wall. But if you're going to hit the brick wall, hit a different brick. Just hit a different brick. That's all you got to do. Aim for a different brick. If you're aiming for over the wall, if you're pushed a little harder, you'll hit a different brick. If you went to the side a little bit, you'll hit a different brick. But this time, each time you hit a brick, you're learning how not to hit the same brick. And eventually you'll find your way over the wall. And then now it's time for you to learn how to get over the wall easier or get over a bigger wall. All right. So I'm not going to keep you guys because I don't want to ramble. But what I want you guys to do is go ahead, assess your situation. If you don't like where you are in what it is that you're doing, hit that reset button. All right, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. Also, on my Facebook channel, on my Facebook page, and on my Instagram page, feel free to send me videos that you would like for me to react to. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to put them in the comments below. If you want me to bring up a certain topic, if you want me to bring my information to particular topics, I'm more than happy to do so. Go ahead and give them to me down below as well, and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Have a nice day. I'm going to enjoy my weekend, and I'm going to see you back here on Monday. Be the best you.